First and foremost, I want to say, all right, sleep in peace to Rahim Allen, aka Pnb Rock. Now, when this happened, like what, 2, 3 days ago, you know, I didn't want to jump on it right away like everybody else. But Pnb Rock, you know, he was killed during a robbery attempt, which is very sad. And, everybody, got their comments and said what they want to say. But what bothers me is the victim blaming. You understand? Like I seen Wack 100 on Clubhouse, and a lot of people saying, "Oh, he shouldn't have been there. It's a dangerous neighborhood," and blah blah blah. But yeah, he moved to L.A. like a couple years ago, right? Los Angeles, California, or whatever. So I'm pretty sure he been there a couple of times. That probably wasn't his first time. The way everybody's talking about it, you would think it's his first time being over there, but he probably been over there multiple times. He only was killed and robbed by a simple mistake. You understand? And that's what I don't like. People are victim blaming him and his girl. Like, like these dudes talk like they never had a girlfriend before. Like, we all know as men dating in this social media era, you got a girl, especially the type of girl he got, she's a girly girl. She's not no hood chick with hood sense. You understand? Like he said in the interview, like his girl, she not really looking at that stuff, paying attention to that stuff. Because she's a girly girl, and I think she's from Arkansas. So, when you got a female like that, you got to be the one to think for with the street stuff. You got to think like that. So, she's not, when she did that, I think it was an honest mistake. It wasn't intentional. She wasn't thinking like, oh, people's going to run up on us. No. Because if you regular dudes in the hood, you date a girl like that, she's just happy to be taken somewhere. Like, that's what all these girls do, man. When you take them out somewhere, they post about it. They'll may tag the location or tag this, where y'all at and what y'all doing and all that. That's just how girls are. You got to understand that. So for people to say, oh, she's the reason and she lying them, that's another thing. When the story broke, everybody was quick to say she lying them. Like, I don't like that. I don't believe she lying them. It was a simple mistake. Like I said, they said the same thing with Pop Smoke, where they was accusing his best friend of lining him up. Like, what's wrong with y'all people? Like, it's like whenever a tragedy happened, people are quick to think the worst, and they so quick to say, "Yo, somebody set this person up." Young Dolph situation. People saying his artist or Key Glock and these people set him up. Like, it's crazy, bro. It's really crazy, y'all. And like I said, like Pnb Rock, nobody knows if this is his first time over there. I doubt it was. He probably been over there multiple times. You understand? And because that simple mistake, just like the Pop Smoke thing, unfortunately cost him his life. But Wack 100 and a bunch of other clowns and a bunch of people in society, they blaming him and saying it's his fault because he got the jewelry and all that. But who we should be blaming is the dusty bums or the dusty broke robber that had the time to sit on Instagram all day long and watch this, and coming from who knows where, run down there. It probably took like, who knows, like they could have been on the other side of town and run down there and rob him, so thirsty to rob him in broad daylight in front of everybody and shoot him and kill him in front of everybody. Like, that's the type of person we need to shame. Like, damn, you that thirsty for the dude's jewels? You that thirsty and broke? Like, we shouldn't. Yes, I understand. We understand it's poverty and people hurting out here. The wolves is hurting out here, but we as society, we need to put shame on these dudes, man, because there's no way in hell you should blame the victim. That's like when a female get raped and the people be like, oh, she shouldn't have wore a skirt. You victim blaming, like, oh, because she wore a skirt and she dressed this way, that's why that happened to her. Nah, don't blame the victim. You gotta blame the person who had it in mind to do harm to the victim. Like I said, like he ain't deserve that, and it's just sad, man. It's sad. These dudes out there, especially these dudes, they bunch of people making videos saying, "Oh, saying like these California dudes." Like, come on, man. They first of all, some of them try to extort you anyway. Like, get out of here, man. Like, he's from Philly. Philly's a dangerous hood too. If you know about Philly, don't just try to act like it's only California. So he in his mind, he felt comfortable. He felt good because he's from Philly. He's not no Hollywood guy. He's not no Hollywood guy. So he probably felt like he said, he could talk to dudes and stuff like that. And because we all from he's from the hood too. But unfortunately, these California dudes, they don't look at it like that. They don't care. You know, it's sad, but you know, the Nipsey Hussle situation should show you they don't really care, not even about their own. Because the way when he got killed, nobody tried to stop the guy. Nobody tried to fight Eric Holder. Nobody shot at him. I'm surprised nobody had guns. This thing went to court. It was on video. This whole shooting was on video. And only one person, Cowboy, testified on it. Like I said, that's common knowledge, common information, public information, and they acting like he's a snitch because they didn't go to trial with it. But y'all didn't do anything anyway about it. So come on, man. At least he's doing something about it. Because other than that, y'all was just gonna let that dude get away with it. But yeah, I don't like the victim shaming, man. Because regardless of the situation, it's not his fault. You understand? He didn't even post the location. It was his girl. And he may not have even known she did that. You understand? So people need to stop blaming victims, especially in these situations. It's not his fault. This will never change if you continue to blame the victim for these situations and not acknowledge the robber, or shame the person who should be shamed, which is the robber. The robber is the one, and the person that commit these acts against others is the people that should be shamed. When society start doing that, and we really shame them like how they deserve to be shamed, then maybe it will change. But if we keep on giving these guys the pass and say it's the victim fault because, oh, he shouldn't have wore jewelry, he's a celebrity, he shouldn't have went down there with jewelry or money, and then it's gonna continue happening. They're gonna feel like it's like we justifying the robber, we justifying the criminal, the guy that's, that came down there to do some extra stuff. Like we giving them the pass. You understand me? So we shouldn't, it kind of is like we condemning the victim and justifying the actions of the person committing the crime. So now they feel comfortable enough to do it again, and to them they'll use that as an excuse. Like, oh yeah, he got on his jewelry, he got money, and I'm broke in the hood, messed up. So yeah, I gotta do it. Nah, you don't gotta do it. Work hard, do your thing. This man worked hard for everything he earned. Everything he got in life, he worked hard for it. You understand? So I think society, we need to stop shaming the victim, because as long as things will never change if we continue to blame the victim, no matter what he did. Not everybody's street smart or whatever. But like I said, like the victim, it don't matter. It don't matter if he came in there jewelry and he said, yo, I'm this and that. Don't blame the victim. We need to blame the attacker and shame them at all costs. Because if we did that more in society, maybe they'll feel bad about, like, damn. Because he, like you said, he didn't have to kill him. He could have just shot him, give him a warning shot, and ran off or whatever, take his jewelry and ran off. But he shot him to kill him. They said, I think he shot him like 4 times. Shot him to kill him. And they saying the guy immediately walked over there and shot him. So it's like, come on, man. Like, so that type of, and I haven't heard nobody really condemn the robber. Nobody saying nothing bad, like, yo, he's a loser, he's this and that. Should be ashamed of himself. It's like nobody cares. It's like they don't think to shame that person. And if the person get caught, they're not gonna say nothing bad. Like I said, look at the Nipsey Hussle situation. Eric Holder basically, it's other people that's beating him up and stuff like that. Not Nipsey's people or none of that. So it's just sad that it's just like we should just accept it. Like, oh yeah, he had his jewelry. He should have known better. Saying it's his fault. Even saying it's his girl's fault and saying, oh, she should have been like this. She should have did this. She shouldn't have. I said like she's a girly girl type, and she shouldn't have to think stupid ignorantly. Like, oh, I shouldn't post a location. No, they live in their life. She living her life. Some of these dudes must have never had girlfriends or had girlfriends that was like girly girl types. They probably just dated hood. Some of these dudes, they used to dating hood rats all the time. So that's why they expect every girl to think like that. You understand? So I'm not going to put the blame on her. I'm not going to put the blame on him. He was the victim. I'm going to always condemn the attacker, the loser attacker. I wish he had a piece on him, but it's unfortunate. So that's all I had to say, man. Let me know what y'all think about this.